Hey guys, I am so excited about today's video, as I know some of you are. A lot of you have been asking about drip, thinking, do I take the plunge or do I continue doing what I've been doing? In this video, I'm going to be walking you through step by step from faucet to the end and show you exactly how I have my drip laid out in the easiest, most effective way possible. So don't go anywhere. Now, I've only had drip irrigation. This is my second summer. And I have to say that of everything I've done, it has had the most impact on so many areas. It's had an impact on the plants. We're in the middle of a heat wave. We're getting close to like 95 for the next several days. The last thing I want to do is be out here watering plants. But obviously they need it. You know, another thing plants need is consistency. We've talked a million times about tomatoes and how you need to be consistent with watering, otherwise you get problems. Drip irrigation answers that problem. Now, I didn't do drip irrigation for a long time because I thought it was going to be very involved. I thought it was going to be complicated, expensive, and it was just easier to keep doing what I was doing. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, it was broke. I was tired, I had no time to do anything, especially in the summer, and my plants were suffering. I didn't know plants could be so lush with regular watering. You know, here in Southern California, we get no rain from about April to November. And so that's a problem because that's when it's the hottest. So today I want to walk you through from the very beginning to the very end of the setup that I have, explain everything in detail. And if you have any questions, please put them down in the comments and I will get to them on this Friday's FAQ video. But I'm hoping to cover everything, but I won't. So let's go over to the very start of the system, which is the faucet. All right, this is where the magic starts, and that is with a 3/4 inch hose bib. It may be coming out of your house, it may be coming out of the ground, doesn't really matter. Now, I will tell you one thing. I use the white Teflon tape between all these pieces just to make sure that there's no drip, no leakage, but that's optional. Onto the hose bib, you're gonna wanna put, if you want a timer, you don't have to have a timer. The problem with a timer, or the problem without a timer, is you still have to remember to turn it on, turn it off. So for me, a timer is a necessity, but it's optional. Now this timer is what the giveaway is all about today. This is the Wise Orchard Smart Timer. Now I love this thing. I've been using it for a few months and it's so amazing. You run the entire thing from your phone. You can turn it on, turn it off. It hooks up via Wi-Fi to your phone and you can control everything from here, but you don't even have to control everything. You can set a timer or you can link it to your local weather service and it will do the thinking for you. So if you already had a lot of rain, it's gonna make sure that it doesn't turn the system on. So Wise Orchard, I'm gonna give more information about the giveaway. We're gonna be giving away 3 of these and we're gonna be giving away 1 on Facebook, 1 here on YouTube, and 1 on Instagram. If you're on all 3 of those platforms, you can enter 3 times. So that includes everybody now, I think. Wise Orchard has also been kind enough to offer a 10% discount to all of our viewers. So all of you guys, 10%. I will tell you though, it is the end of the year and stocks are running low. So if you want one of these, head over to the link. I'm going to put it in the description. The 10% discount code is already in the link. So all you have to do is click on the link, go to the website, and you should have a 10% discount at checkout. You can get other kinds of timers though. They have dial timers, just different kinds of things. But the timer would be next after the hose bib. Now the next piece after the timer is optional. I don't have it on this system because I have such a long ways from the actual drip beds, but it is a backflow preventer. And so that would prevent any type of sediment or soil that gets into the system over at the bed, like when you're working on it to put it together. It will prevent it from going into the main system in your house, but that's optional. Now the next piece is mandatory. This is a 25 PSI pressure regulator, and that takes whatever pressure is coming out of the system and takes it down to 25 psi. And what that does is, you're going into a 1/4 inch drip tubing. And if you have end caps or drip pieces and you get more than 25 psi flowing in there, it's going to start popping them off. And if it's popping them off in an area you don't realize, your drip system is going to be not working correctly, because there's going to be water pouring out of one of those and it's going to take the pressure away from the rest of them. So this pressure reducer is absolutely mandatory. The next thing is just an adapter from a 3/4 inch to a 1/2 inch drip hose. And so that just screws on here. And this is just a compression fitting. So you take the 1/2 inch drip hose and you shove it in to the adapter here. Then the 1/2 inch drip hose is basically the freeway or highway, depending on where you're from. And that takes it around your garden to all of the major areas, where the 1/4 inch drip hose or drip tubing comes off of that to actually water things. So let's follow my 1/2 inch drip hose, I don't know, and we'll follow that to the garden and I'll show you exactly how it works out there. So once it leaves the faucet, it goes under the lawn. I have it trenched underneath the lawn. And then straight across under here, under the decomposed granite. And then back behind this bed, it's still trenched, and then it comes up. Then it comes up out of the ground and goes into a hole that I drilled into the bed. Now, I have a valve here on each of the beds that helps me adjust the flow rate in the bed, or if I want to turn a bed off, I can do that. Once it comes into the bed, it runs straight across, and at the end, it's capped off. And then every 8 inches, we've got a drip tube. This is the 6-inch spacing drip tube. And those run all the way down to the end where they're capped off as well. Now these 1/4 inch drip tubes, they come in, they have the drip spacing already there for you. You don't have to add any extra drip, but these ones are 6 inches apart. They have 9 inches and they have 12 inches. I like the 6 inches. I think it gives better coverage. Plus, typically, especially in vegetable gardens, your spacing is 6 or 12 or 18 inches apart. You don't have to get a ruler out or anything. You can just go by the dots, the little holes. So if you need to space something 18 inches apart, it's 3 holes apart. And to hold the little 1/4 inch guys down, you can use a landscape staple. Just stick it all the way in, and then those won't go anywhere. So I'm going to go through some of the more common fittings and how they're put together and just how this whole thing is laid out. Whether you're starting at the beginning at the faucet and putting it in one of these, whether you're making a turn and putting it into an elbow, it's all the same. It's all compression fittings, which is probably the most difficult part of this, is just ramming this into this. And sometimes it's easy and sometimes it's not. If you give it a little twist and turn and push at the same time, and you'll feel when it's all the way in, it'll feel different. So that's it. At the end of the 1/2 inch tubing, at the end of the line, you're going to use, there's a few different things. There are some you can compression fit and then screw on. I actually like these little figure 8 deals. You just put them on like that, a little further down than you need. Fold this down and then slide the other circle back up over it, and it just crimps the end and shuts it off. That way, if you ever wanted to expand the system, you just take it off and there you go. Now to hook the 1/4 inch onto the 1/2 inch, we need a coupling. And there's different types of couplings. There's just the straight ones, there's T's, there's elbows. But all you have to do is punch a hole where you want that tube to come out. And so you can get fancy ones. I just have this one. I did the entire property with this. I don't know, this is like $4 or something. But there are some that look like big clamps, and they're probably a lot easier to use, but they're a lot more expensive. So what you're gonna do is you just take this, push it where you want it, give it a turn, and it'll pop in, pull it out, and there's your hole. Now, I think it's easier if you put the coupling into the small tube before the big tube. And again, you just give it a little bit of a shimmy and push. That's it. It won't come out. Then you can add this and the 1/4 inch into the half, and it's a lot easier when you've got this to hold on to. So you just kind of push it through that hole you made, you'll hear the pop, and it's in there for good. Now at the end of the line for your 1/4 inch tube, you're going to plug it with something called a goof plug. Now goof plugs are not only good for plugging up the end of the 1/4 inch tube, but if you make a mistake and you punch a hole in the 1/2 inch tube, or let's say we want to take this out, we don't have a need for that anymore, the goof plug can actually go punch right in there and fill that hole where this was. But it's also the end cap for the 1/4 inch, and you just have to push it in just like everything else. That is as difficult as it gets. It's all poking holes and shoving things in. I mean, I can't make it any easier than that. So you don't have to let this be intimidating. It is not expensive. In fact, I've saved so much money in my water bill by having drip. It's crazy. I mean, it probably, if it didn't pay for itself in the first year, it certainly will in the second year. All right, Boomer thought he'd join us for the end of the video. Okay, so I hope what this video has shown, because like I said, you guys have asked a lot about drip, a lot about watering. Plants like consistency, and this gives it to them. This also takes the burden off of you. Okay, so now for the fun part, the giveaway. So Wise Orchard, I showed you earlier, they have offered 3 of their smart timers for the giveaway. And the only thing you have to do, because a lot of time, last time with the Neptune's Harvest giveaway, a lot of you didn't have Instagram, and so that became a problem because you couldn't enter. I wanted to open this up to everyone. So we're doing it through YouTube, through Facebook, and through Instagram. Here on YouTube, all you have to do is be subscribed, like this video, and down in the comments, just leave a comment to what you would like to use drip irrigation for, or how you'd like to use it, or why you'd like to use it, anything. Just a comment. On Instagram, you just have to follow us, and then there is a post that's going out today, and all you have to do is tag somebody. Tag a friend in that post and be following us, that's it. Facebook, same thing. Like us on Facebook and tag somebody in the post that comes out today. It'll say Wise Orchard. It'll be self-explanatory. The details will be in there as well. Now the deadline for entering is Thursday the 20th, August 20th, so we have a few days, and then we'll announce the winners on our Friday FAQ video on the 21st. So good luck to everyone. I can't wait till Friday's video to announce the winners, but I will see you on Tuesday.